The former footy star turned cop, kicked out of the force because he didn't want a COVID vaccine. More than 2 years later, the rules have changed, but the police commissioner's mind hasn't. Justin Paul still can't serve, and he's not the only one.
I've been treated worse than a criminal.
To say it's been a long, hard few years is an understatement, really. It's been huge.
Life at Justin and Cara Paul's house is busy. It's after school snack time. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 kids. 5 hungry mouths to feed. Bags to unpack. Art projects to finish.
I haven't coloured all of it in yet.
Footy drills. Trampoline time.
Whoa, Samara, you landed it.
And
Go.
energy to burn.
Yes.
There's a smile on Justin's face today, but not every day.
Mental health has been terrible. Like, I had severe depression for 2 years. Some days I couldn't get out of bed.
Because you loved being a cop, didn't you?
It's been hard.
Justin is a former hard man of rugby league. He played for the Parramatta Eels, the Dragons and State of Origin.
Justin Paul got one away here after he'd taken about 4.
He's a big guy who's taken big hits, but this hit has brought him to tears. Just before the COVID pandemic hit, Justin graduated from the police academy, rising through the ranks before he was kicked off the New South Wales police force for severe misconduct. He refused to get the COVID vaccine.
It's a very proud moment. You get to serve people. I've been very lucky in my life where I got to play sport for a long time. And I just love to serve. It was my dream job. I loved it, I excelled at it.
Justin is one of the lucky ones. He's also a qualified plumber, so when he was kicked out of the cops, he got back on the tools. Other police, not as fortunate. The black mark against their names hinders future employment, even out of the force.
Not only am I classified as a corrupt police officer, it's ruined any job prospects that I wanted to have. If I wanted to do anything in the federal police, you can't. You can't join the New South Wales police. You can't get a security licence. You'd be lucky to get a job at Coles. You're untouchable. No one's going to touch you. You wouldn't employ that person.
You know, our oldest children would ask, Mum, why is Dad in bed again today? Because he literally couldn't get out of bed.
And tell us, Justin, why didn't you want to get a COVID jab?
I started to ask questions. No one could answer my questions. They couldn't tell me what was in it. They couldn't tell me any long-term data they had on it. And I didn't want to take the risk.
In 2021, vaccines for New South Wales Police became mandatory. 55 officers who refused to get the shots were dismissed by the then Commissioner Mick Fuller because they failed to comply with an order. The current Commissioner, Karen Webb, is upholding that order.
I've committed no crime. I haven't been charged, yet I've lost my job and I'm pretty much unemployable.
But essentially you did disobey an order, I suppose.
Yeah, that's their excuse, but Karen Webb's not a doctor. The government said they'll never mandate vaccines. It's a personal choice, yet the federal government's put it back on the state governments. The state government's putting it back on the employer.
And this severe misconduct, I mean, what is that reserved for? Who normally would get that?
Corrupt police officers, people that forge subpoenas, people that steal money, people that steal drugs, people that do the wrong thing and break the law in a way that it's irreversible.
Former Senior Constable Jack Denshire worked in the Child Abuse Squad. She also refused the COVID vaccine and was booted out after 18 years.
I would go back in a heartbeat. I've got years left to contribute. I loved what I did. I'm very proud of what I did.
So there's Justin, Jack and 53 others dismissed for severe misconduct known as a Section 181D. It's the same classification used to remove alleged double murderer Beau Lamar Condon from the force, a 181D. He's charged with killing Sydney couple Luke Davies and Jessie Baird.
How does it feel being classed the same as an accused double murderer?
The shame doesn't come from me. The shame comes from the perception of the public. The public perceives that I've done something incredibly awful. It's simply not true.
But you did disobey an order, didn't you?
I did disobey an order. A direction is not necessarily a lawful order. And does that make it right, Lizzie?
While these cops are fighting to get their jobs back, police who refused the COVID vaccination but left the force before the mandate started are now allowed back in unvaccinated. New recruits are welcome too. Whether they're vaccinated against COVID or not isn't asked on their application.
Right, go. Go, 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 go.
Would you go back to the cops tomorrow?
If they rang me, I'd go on shift tonight. I loved my job.
Well, regardless of what you might think about COVID vaccinations, it's a compelling argument. The police commissioner confirmed today, though, under her watch, they're not coming back to work.